An old chief once told his grandson, "Inside every person, two wolves are at war. One thrives on fear, laziness and short-term pleasure. The other on strength, resilience and long-term success." The boy asks, which wolf wins? The chief replies, the one you feed. So many of us grow up believing the reason we haven't achieved what we set out to, or why we're not living the life we aspire to, is because we're not motivated enough. We think that if we just had more motivation, more willpower, more energy, things would be different. But this is one of the biggest lies we tell ourselves, because this story about the wolves is also a story about motivation and discipline. Motivation feeds the weaker wolf. It gives you a sudden rush of energy. It makes you feel unstoppable, like you're finally about to change your life. But then just as quickly it fades. And when it's gone, so is your progress. Discipline feeds the stronger wolf. It's not exciting. It doesn't give you an instant high, but over time, it's the only thing that gets results. And here's the crazy part. Most people don't even realize they're feeding the weaker wolf. They chase the feeling of motivation thinking that's the key to unlocking their goals. But motivation is like bringing a knife to a gunfight. It might give you a fighting chance at first, but when the battle drags on, it's useless. It's similar to the Dunning-Kruger effect. At the start of any journey, you think you understand what it takes. You see the success, you imagine the rewards. You picture the person you'll become. But after you start, you realize it's not as easy as it looks. And that's when motivation disappears. Because motivation is strongest before reality kicks in. Before you see the late nights, the setbacks, the sheer amount of work it takes. And that's the moment reality sets in. That's when most people give up. This is why most people quit their New Year's resolutions within weeks. Not because they weren't serious about change. Not because they weren't capable. But because they never built the discipline to push through once that excitement wore off. And that's the problem. Motivation is easy to find but difficult to hold on to. And if you're relying on it to reach your goals, you've already lost. Motivation is like a high interest loan. At first it feels like free money, like you're tapping into an unlimited energy source. You feel unstoppable, ready to change everything. But the moment it runs out, you're left paying for it in full. And this reliance on motivation is exactly why most people stay stuck. They hyper-focus on trying to stay motivated, consuming motivational videos, quotes and podcasts. Constantly chasing that high instead of building something real. And that's the trap. Because in reality, motivation is a scam if you don't have the discipline to back it up. And this cycle of chasing motivation while ignoring discipline is why most people take one step forward and then one step back. And this is why most people eventually quit. Not because they weren't good enough, but because they expect motivation to carry them through. Because motivation is great when things are easy, but when things get hard, it's the first thing to disappear. And that's where most dreams die. Over the years, I've realized no matter what you want to achieve, whether it's fitness, content creation, or any other goal, it all comes down to consistency. It's not the most gifted, the most motivated, or even the smartest people who win. It's the ones who keep showing up. Because success is a mix of perseverance, opportunity, and strategy. Like Einstein once said, "It's not that I'm so smart. It's just that I stay with problems longer." Because the longer you stay with something, the better you get. And the better you get, the less motivation you need. Rock Lee was one of my favorite characters growing up. And if you've ever watched Naruto, you already know why. He wasn't born talented, he had no shortcuts. He got mocked for even trying. But while others relied on talent, he relied on discipline. And that made all the difference. Most protagonists are born with some hidden power or some special ability that sets them apart. But Rock Lee, he had no lucky breaks, no secret techniques, just sheer effort. And this is what separates people in real life too. The people who succeed don't rely on motivation. They don't wait to feel like working out, they schedule it. They don't hope to work on their goals, they make them habits. They don't trust their emotions, they trust their systems. Because if you only work when you feel like it, you will never get anywhere. If you really want to build discipline, it's not just about pushing through hard moments. It's about removing the decision making altogether. Because the truth is, willpower is limited. The more decisions you leave up to how you feel in the moment, the more likely you are to take the easy way out. This is why routine makes discipline automatic. And when discipline becomes second nature, that's when things change. Because waiting for motivation, that's just another excuse. But let me know in the comments below, what is a change that you've made in your life that's helped you become more disciplined? Or if you're still struggling to stay consistent, what's the biggest challenge you face? Drop a comment below because your insight could help someone else take that first step. And if you've made it to this point in the video, I just want to say a big thank you for making it this far. And if you did enjoy this video, then please let me know by leaving a like, subscribing, and maybe leaving a comment because that will do a lot for my discipline with this channel too. And as always, thank you for tuning into RABBYTEQ, the channel where we navigate life in the 21st century through the lens of modern technology.